Okay, so Jess, what is the Five?
The Five is our Ball State podcast that we like to broadcast weekly to the students.
Awesome. How did it start? Did it start for you, or?
Yeah, so it started like 2-ish years ago. It brought up by like this department, the media department, and shout out to AJ. He's the one that really put it all together way back, gosh, what was that, 2 years ago, 2024, over the summer. It started out really rough, but we got it together. Now it is what it is, and it's like a whole production podcast.
Awesome. That sounds really cool. Because ever since I've known you, you've been a really major player in putting together, the Five and everything like that. So what got you involved with that?
Years ago, I did volunteer here at Ball State, and AJ's like, hey, what if you come help us like put the show together and probably host it? So I ended up hosting it and help producing it as well. But I remember we were putting all the different elements together, just going from like the nameplates to the imaging to like what sections and what categories we want to talk about, like what do we want to feature. So we have literally 5 different segments we try to squeeze it all into 5 minutes of a show, which sounds a lot more difficult than it actually is.
Yeah, no, and also you take from everywhere on the campus, from sports clips, and I also know that you include a couple other kind of people. So how do you decide who to bring on in that certain time?
Well, and we really, with deciding that, we really want to just bring in student engagement. So we always try to have it focused around the students. Before we had some professors and departments on the show, but now we're just really trying to focus on having the students that have been here talk about their experiences, or just like we do the Student Says segment where it's around campus. We have random students just talk about what the question is of the week. So we try to keep it fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So who is going to be coming up this week?
This week, we have a couple things in line. Soon we're going to be talking about with graduation. So we do actually have Jennifer Gomer talking about graduation coming up, so everybody knows where their caps and gowns are, kind of like all the important details, like in a fun little interview.
Gotcha. Who is Jennifer?
She is the graduation assistant associate that literally takes care of managing all of graduation, so she works here.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's rough.
That's crazy. She was telling me this year there's 480 students graduating this semester.
Is that more than other semesters, or?
Last year for spring, she said it was 380. So nearly 100.
That is actually crazy.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do.
So what do you think is like the most, what would you call it, most reputable person that you guys have interviewed for the Five?
Oh, we've had a lot of fun people. I don't know about reputable, but we had a lot of fun people. We had Dr. T, the president, on the podcast a couple of times. Yeah, she was so fun. Just talking about everything she sees for Ball State in the future. We had students, we had the basketball team, we had softball players, we had the volleyball coach that's going to be coming on.
Interesting.
Yeah, we had a whole variety.
So what are your thoughts on the volleyball team?
Ooh, I'm excited. I don't know too much about volleyball, but I feel like that's a great addition to Ball State to add another sports team. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. What do I think?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I honestly don't quite know what to think, because I've never really been a huge fan of volleyball, but I wouldn't mind getting into it.
Yeah.
I know for church and such, sometimes the college students will put together some, college volleyball, and it's always fun to do that. So I can imagine if someone was to put together a team, a lot of people who maybe wasn't involved in sports or are coming up from high school are able to engage in more activities. Yeah. So that's good.
I feel like we should add a pickleball team.
A pickleball team? Yeah, dude. I think we could also involve the older people as well when it's a pickleball team, instead of hardcore sports like basketball, other things like that. Mm-hmm. So that'd be interesting.
Really interesting. We'll see. We'll just start planning the future of Ball State.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, on the Five.
Yes, on the Five.
Yeah. So what are the different segments of the Five?
So within Five, we have just the intro and the opening, and then we have a Student Says segment. So that's where, like I was saying earlier, we go around campus with the question of the week, asking students if they had a superpower, what would it be? Or what are their plans after the semester, after they graduate, things like that. So we'll kind of do random things. And then we'll do the interview segment where we have featured guests. And then we have the Did You Knows, hey, did you know the bookstore is around here in campus, and you can get your books, you can get your cap and gown. And then the closing and a one last note that everybody should know for the week. There are 5 segments.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How popular is the Five?
I feel like it's pretty popular. We get some good views on YouTube, but we also have screens up around campus with QR codes where students can scan it and takes them right to the the video of the week.
Yeah, I have seen those.
Yeah.
So like, how do you guys like? I know that you're on the team.
Yeah.
I know that we have a whole assembly of people who do cameras, who are directing, audio engineer, things like that. Who is typically the person who goes out and asks the questions? Are you one of them, or is it somebody
Actually,
else?
we have our team. We have this semester we have Rollo and Roxanne, and you have probably seen them on the podcast or on 5, but Rollo is mainly the one that will go around on campus with their big camera asking the student says questions.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this time.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Cool.